can we talk about just everything about the Vanguard? I think it needs fixing. It's not in shambles or anything like that, but I feel like some tweaks in quality of life are definitely needed. Let's get started with the lowest, and then we'll go to the highest issue that I think it has. So, first off, with the Vanguard, let's talk about Zavala's bounties. This isn't like a big issue, obviously, because it's just bounties, but it's still worth noting as like a quality of life kind of thing. Also helping, I guess, newer players. Let's discuss that here. So, the problem with Zavala's bounties are, since Witch Queen, for some reason, the bounties were changed to where some of them, actually most of them I should say, only work in the Vanguard playlist. Now, that's not a huge issue on itself. The problem is the word most. Most of them work in the playlist. Some of them, like the one you see on the screen literally right now, can be done anywhere. And then a few of them can be done in any strike at all, not including the playlist. What's the point of this? Just, I don't know. Me personally, I didn't see the problem of the Vanguard bounties pre-Witch Queen, where you could just do them in any strike activity, whether it be the directory or the Vanguard playlist or Nightfalls or whatever. That was perfectly fine. I don't know why that was changed, but now it's just all over the place. This doesn't serve good for anybody, not people who used bounties for XP, like Disgrace. Let's not talk about that. Or just new players coming in and they'll be like, okay, well, this says defeat combatants with precision damage. I'm gonna go on the moon and shoot stuff in the head, and then I'll get this done. And then they'll do the next bounty. They'll be like, defeat 50 combatants. Well, why is that not working? The other one did. Why isn't this one working? Obviously, this one says Vanguard playlist, but to new players, they might not read into that. They'll just be like, this one worked. Why is this one not working? And so on and so on. So, like, I don't see the, like, why is there 3 different ways to do these bounties, you know? Like I said, there's playlists, there's everywhere, and then let's see if I can get an enemy one real quick from Zavala. Is that Cabal? Yep. Alright, so here we go. So, this one says, in strikes and Vanguard playlist, defeat Cabal combatants. So, in this one, I can just go to any Cabal strike. Like, let's say I'll just launch Proving Ground from Nessus, and I'll just go kill Cabal like that, and get it done there. So why is there bounties that are strikes and Vanguard playlist, and then there's a bunch of other bounties that are just Vanguard playlist? Just cut out the middleman and say you can do this in strikes and Vanguard playlist, and just have them be Vanguard bounties like they used to be. There really, literally was no issue with them previously, so I don't know why this changed. Maybe it's because they added Battlegrounds to the strikes playlist. I don't know, but this should be just reverted back to normal, honestly, in my opinion. I know it's not like a gigantic thing, and it doesn't affect everybody, but I thought it was worth mentioning anyway. So, yeah, please, can we please just revert back, please and thank you, okay? Now, let's move on to the other point. Now, the other point, arguably, well, not arguably, people will definitely care more about, Grandmasters. So, there's a couple of things wrong with Grandmasters. First off, why is it on a scheduled release date when the Conqueror Seal was changed to where we can just get Conqueror Day 1 if we wanted to? And then on top of that, if we did want to get Conqueror Day 1, basically we were screwed after that in doing other strikes other than waiting the 6 weeks, 5-week rotation, whatever it is, to get back to the strike that we wanted to do. Now, normally this would be okay, except for the fact that Grandmasters launch at the middle of the season, and then we get 1 rotation of each strike in GM form, other than completing your Conqueror Seal, and then you're 1 and done. So you only get to really play the strike once until that week's rotation comes around. And what if you don't play for that 1 week? And then you're like, oh, I guess I'll just never do that strike again. I don't see the purpose of just weeding out those strikes after you finish your Conqueror Seal. And on top of that, like I mentioned, why is there a lockout till July 5th? Why can't we just do these now if we're level ready? If people grind it all the way up to 1585, they should just be able to do GMs as it's open now and go farm the whatever it may be for that strike for that week. What's the issue? Some people might get there earlier, other people might get there on July 5th. Well, I don't see a problem with that. If you leveled up high enough to do it, then you're rewarded with being able to go into the activity. Simple as that. In my opinion, anyway. I'm sure people will disagree. Also, let's talk about the weapons. So with this rotation, it launching the middle of the season, and then us getting 1 of each strike, and then being done and going into next season, there's also the risk of not getting to farm for that one weapon that you want, because it might come around only one time in that season in GM form, and then you're done. Kind of similar to what happened last season on the last week with Palindrome. It actually... So it was supposed to be Palindrome for the final week, but then it wasn't, but then it was reverted to Palindrome. So, and if it wasn't reverted, then Palindrome would have only gotten that one first week of GMs and would have never been able to be farmed again. And now it's going out of rotation until, I don't know, years, months, who knows. So I think the weapon balancing, distribution, whatever you want to call it, for like each GM should be handled a little better. You know, maybe make it 2 weapons per week, other than the old retro ones, if you will. So have it like, let's say, Silicon Aroma and, I don't know, Comedian, if that's still in rotation, be 1 week. Then the next week it's 1 weapon. Then the week after that it's 2 weapons. Then the week after that it's 1 weapon. The week after that it's 2 weapons. And so on and so on. Especially if you're going to have it like where you're going to put, like, the best of the drops in the hardest strikes. For example, like, if you're going to be going into this season and you're farming the Corrupted, it's probably going to be like Silicon Aroma or whatever the best weapon in the loot pool will be for this season. Maybe Horror's Least if people want to farm for the Pulse. So, you know, if you're going to have that one weapon tied behind the hardest GM, then have, you know, 2 lesser weapons dropping in, I don't know, Inverted Spire or whatever. Let me actually go to the seal right now and show the strikes for this season. Where the hell is Grandmaster? Conqueror, there you go. So, like, let's say for Corrupted, like I mentioned, Silicon Aroma and Corrupted. Then when Inverted Spire or Arms Dealer comes around, then you put, I don't know, DFA and Horror's Least or something, because they're 2 weapons coming back. It's something along those lines, like rotate. You know, Proving Grounds, 2 weapons. Inside Terminus, 1 weapon. Warden, 2 weapons. Corrupted, 1 weapon. 2 weapons, 1 weapon. At least that helps people like rotate through guns and get more than one chance at getting them without risking never getting them again, or whatever, FOMO, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, those are the changes that I'd like to see to the Vanguard. I think I covered most of the things people will talk about. You know, the release time, the amount of time, the amount of strikes you get to farm for those weapons, and then the entire, I don't know, abomination with these bounties that could easily be fixed to make them, I don't know, more synergistic, more new player friendly. So there you go. This wasn't like a trash talk on Bungie or anything. I don't know, I wanted to talk about this and give feedback on something that I think could be better improved going into, I guess, maybe next season. I doubt it'd be implemented this season if they even decided to change anything. So there you go. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below, or maybe you have other ideas that you would like to see. As always, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell. It's all free, I swear. $0, 0 cents. Also, stream daily on Twitch, twitch.tv/SneakyBeaver. Catch you then. That's it. Goodbye.